quando resto solo con te.
Hi, I'm Shane with the Drum Center of Portsmouth in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We are on the web at drumcenternh.com, and we are introducing a new line for us, Tamburo drums. If you have been following our store, we carry a lot of brands. We didn't really need another brand, but I really like things that are unique. And if I feel a company's really bringing something different to the table, that intrigues me. So here we are. Tamburo has been making drums in Italy for almost 40 years. They claim to be the first drum company to introduce stave shells to the marketplace. While they're not very well known here in the United States, they are quite popular in Europe. And they have a pro line, and then they do lower line drums, and they also have a full complement of hardware as well. We decided that we wanted to do the pro stuff because that's what we like to do. And so we have one of each line, which are the Opera series, the Unika series, and the Volume series. These are very high-end drums, and they are all made in Italy by hand, and the work speaks for itself. The Opera series is the one that really intrigued me the most at first, because this is a very unique stave construction. Very, very thin 6mm birch shells. And then if you take a close look, you notice it's been carved out around the perimeter of the top and the bottom of the shell to put a beech reinforcement ring in. They have high pressure laminates that go on the outside of the shell, which create a durable finish, and there are 14 different finishes. So this is a very, very different method of making a stave shell, and the result is a very different sound. The lugs on these drums are brass, and I'm a big fan of brass lugs as they are a resonating element. They go across the depth of the shell, which allows for a very high tension and equal disbursement of torque. I think that there's no arguing that we know that there's something really special going on with the snare drum. Here at the shop, we're all just talking about how great this snare drum is. It has a very, very pronounced low end. And even when it's tuned up pretty high, there's a lot more bottom coming from it. And it's the closest to the Brady type sound that I recall from playing their snare drums. Like I've played other stave constructed snare drums, but I've never played one that really kind of captured what the Brady's did, but this is the closest I've encountered. there's no stopping there. It wants me to hit it harder. Crazy. So yeah, the snare drum is just a huge standout on this kit. Really great. The toms though, my impression is that these things are going to jump out in the mix because they have such a pronounced sound, but there's also a tremendous tonality and enough resonance so that it isn't clicky. Now these have 2-ply G2s on them, and I'm sure with a coated single ply, they would be even more playful. The bass drum has almost too much low end. Now this has an EMAD on it, and I would definitely want to try a different head to see what else we could do with it, because EMADs make every bass drum sound good. So it's hard to be able to tell, the true nature of a bass drum. I don't doubt it's going to sound great, but that's just my impression with the EMAD. It sounds as a bass drum with an EMAD should. Very good. The Unika series is what I am sitting in front of right now. These drums are absolutely gorgeous, and they have really just charmed me. I knew I was going to like the operas, but I really am digging these. And this is a very thin 3-ply poplar core with the high pressure laminate on the outside and the inside. The end result is a very thin, but very rigid and strong shell. They also feature the brass lugs. And this particular set has triple flange tubes, and they're also available in 14 different colors.
These were really fun to play. This really feels like one complete instrument, not just several individual drums just doing their own thing. Very musical, and the word that comes to mind is round. They sound very, very full. There's no sort of missing frequencies. I feel like sometimes with lower end drums you get, you can tune them up and get them where you like them, but they just don't have quite that full body that you really want, and these absolutely have that. These drums really punch way above their weight. They sound as good as any kit, that goes for twice the price. Really wonderful instrument to play, and yeah, just very inspiring and beautiful to look at too.
Pronto!
We ready?
Yep.
Okay. Loud environment, my Apple Watch is saying.
Yeah.
You've just hit 95 decibels. I just hit it? Just 10 minutes at this level can cause temporary hearing loss. All right. The Volume Series is their acrylic line of drums. They went through quite a process to develop this particular acrylic shell. With all the development, they wanted to create a seamless shell. A lot of acrylic shells have a seam in them. This has a very thin 3.5 millimeter shell with a round over bearing edge. These just sound different than what you're used to hearing out of acrylic drums. The bass drum hoops on the Volume Series are all 12-ply beech with the high-pressure laminate veneers on the inside and out. Very durable. They also have the brass lugs, triple flanged hoops, and they are available in at least 4 different colors. I am more than pleasantly surprised with these. I mean, if my eyes were closed, I don't know if I could tell you that those are acrylic drums when I heard the toms initially. These have EC2 clear heads on them, which I think are perfect for these. I mean, they're a lot more tonal than typical acrylic drums that I'm used to playing. I've always liked acrylic snare drums. This one I love too, but I mean, these are really impressive drums. Like, I would consider owning a set like this because They sound good, they project. I'm sure they would sound great live. When I'm playing them, they really give back. So, bravo, great drums. I'm really excited about carrying these drums. These are not your standard run-of-the-mill cookie cutter type drum sets. This is true craftsmanship, innovation, sound, all of the things that I am looking for in drums. It's just fun to get excited about drums, and I am excited about these. We would love to hear what you have to say. Please let us know what your thoughts are on these drums in the comments below. We definitely love to hear your feedback, and also be sure to click the subscribe button so you get notified when we post new videos like this. And if you want to buy these drums, get more information, the links are all right in the description below. Thank you so much for the support.